Now, this week in Havana, leaders from over 50 countries are meeting as part of the Non-Aligned Movement Summit. Loosely, if I may translate bullcrap to English, that means countries with leaders who really hate us summit. Invitees read like a list of who's who of U.S. enemies, from Hugo Chavez in Venezuela, North Korea, Cuba, and of course, President Tom is flying in from Iran, 90 miles off our shores. After a few days of U.S. bashing, the summit will conclude with a signing of a declaration that in part condemns the attempts at hegemonic domination and the unjust international economic order. You're talking about us, aren't you? Now, for some reason, there's not a lot of people talking about this little get-together. Maybe it's because media attention on our enemies, especially if that enemy happens to have just a little bit Muslim in them, is often pretty scarce. Maybe it's because they think that people will start yelling racist and hate-monger at the first sign of any Muslim on the news. And that may be one of the reasons why you've never heard of the new movie that is out, kind of, called Obsession, the new documentary about radical Islam's war on the West. It is a riveting film that relies on images from Arab television that is rarely seen in the U.S., including clips from people like Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, that will make you look at him in a whole different light. So why isn't this movie being distributed in the U.S.? Good question. Wayne Kopping, director, editor, co-writer, the force behind this movie. Wayne, why aren't we seeing this movie?
I think it's going to take a very brave distributor to get behind this film. They're going to need a lot of resolve because, as you pointed out, it seems like the 11th commandment is thou shalt not say anything about the Islamic community, even if it happens to be true.
And the truth, the most shocking truth that you reveal in this movie?
I think there are many things that people misunderstand about the radical Islamic ideology, but what we seek to show is that the attack happens in America, in London, Madrid, and we see them as separate attacks, but they really see them as separate fronts of a global jihad. As you pointed out earlier, they have effectively declared war on the West, war on America, and we haven't recognized that yet. And that's what we're trying to show in the film and demonstrate by what they say in their own words to their own people, to their own children, on their own TV stations, and we reveal that in this film.
Okay, and you also tie the Nazis together. In fact, if we can run a clip, this is from a former Nazi. This is what he says.
If you can't learn from the events of Nazi Germany, you will not be able to grasp the true intent of the danger of the radical Muslim world today.
Why does he say that?
Alphonse Heck grew up as a former Hitler Youth officer, and he lived in that period, and he was a product of the indoctrination. When he looked around and he understood what was going on in the Arab world, and he looked on the internet and he saw some of the clips that we show in the film, he recognized this as the exact same hate speech, ideology, propaganda that he grew up with. And he started to explore this a little bit more, and the audience is going to be shocked to find how deep the roots of radical Islam are in their connection with the Nazi ideology.
Yeah, now see, I mean, we're
Adolf Hitler himself.
We're showing the clips now of just the images of just the Nazi salute, and I was blown away. I was watching a speech by President Tom, and then they had the army march past him. They're doing the goose step too. Is this a coincidence?
They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly why they're doing it. In the film, we show Arab propaganda where it is word for word, image for image, the exact replica of Nazi propaganda. They learned from the best in the business, and this is how they seek to unify their people in this global jihad that we mentioned earlier.
So how is anybody in America going to be able to see this?
We're working very hard to get a distributor, but we're not sitting back and waiting for a distributor to come to us. We have set up several screenings around the United States, around the world, and you have to check our website, obsessionthemovie.com.
Okay, can you buy it online?
We have several of those screenings on our website.
Okay, can you buy it online?
Absolutely. You can also buy it online.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. It's on our website, obsessionthemovie.com, and it's available.
Okay. Thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate it, and best of luck to you. I hope the message gets out. Back in a minute.